How's it going, everyone? I'm TheGons, and as you can tell, no Super Mario Brothers 2 yet. I got sick, unfortunately. Last weekend, I was working on modding my arcade stick, which I finally managed to pull off, even though it took me the whole week. But while I was doing it, I came down with a cold, and it pretty much disabled me from doing anything involving repetitive talking for the whole week. I don't know if you can tell in my voice, but even now I'm still trying to recover from its effects. But hopefully by this weekend I'll be able to talk without having to clear my throat, blow my nose, etc., etc. And so this is just a quick update video. While I was sick, I managed to do a lot of work here in the Minecraft world. Last time I forgot to show you how this thing operated. As you can see, it cycles back and forth. This one will go up, and then when it reaches that top layer, the other side will start to move up. And it's pretty neat. I really had a lot of fun coming up with this this wire, and it's just cool seeing the lights turn on and off. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff. And the repeaters, I like to think of them as motors. So the right motor powers the right elevator, and the left motor powers the left motor. And when the left motor reaches the top, it kills power to the input to those pistons that controls the left there. Did I say right motor? This is the left motor. Anyway, cool stuff. I also said I had an idea about a diagonal elevator, which I came up I thought up a design right here. Very simple. Just some pistons going out and some pistons going up. They're all timed to go off in sequence. Yeah, Cal, they're all timed. So push of a button, you're out of there. Pretty neat. I didn't make one going down, but it'd be the same thing, just pistons going down and pushing you out the way you came. As you can see, the steps take up just about as much space, except obviously you need the wire in there, and it's just as fast, really. So it's kind of like, what's the point? Alright, I had to break the recording there for the night cycle. This is actually my second time recording this. The first time I recorded, I didn't even think about the nighttime here, since there's no torches or anything. And so I'm talking about all the wiring, and I'm showing you, oh, this is how this works, and this is how that worked. And it's pitch black. You can't see anything. So I waited for the day cycle this time. So there was my two comparison elevators, sideway elevators, and I made this Mondo long one. Yeah. Cool stuff. This is 24 blocks wide, taking me 24 blocks high. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And it's only, I think, 6 blocks wide, or yeah, I said wide. 24 blocks wide, so this would be 6 blocks long. And because the later pistons are being powered or taking their timing from these two that are separated, that's what keeps the this girth, if you'll allow me to say girth. Let's keep this girth short, because then these two are added to these two, and then these two are added, and these two and these two, and that's how you can get your timing. Which is pretty neat, pretty cool, but it wasn't good enough. It's not good enough. I need to go straight up. And this monster was the solution. Oh man. While I was sick, I had plenty of time to mess around and monkey around with this. And this design, the I guess you can say the core of it is based off of C&B's sticky piston elevator. So if you look at it from this way, you can see it's just like his when it's retracted, except his doesn't have these. And unlike his, mine uses absolutely no sticky pistons. None whatsoever. So when these blocks push out to take you up, they stay there. So you need a way to push them back in. That's what this side does. As you can see, they push them back in, and then reset. So let's take it for a spin. Hopefully I stand in the right spot. Carry me, pistons. Yeah, really nice. And then this, you use it to reset it and also go back down. Pretty neat. The way this works is just the same as the sideways elevators. They're all timed, so there's like no ticks on there on the first piston that sends you up, and then there's 2 ticks on the piston, the third piston that goes up. So on the second piston is just 1 tick. So you're going from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. Unfortunately, unlike the sideway piston, because of the nature of how these pistons are set up, you can't have repeaters that you can piggyback off of. So when you get really, really high, you're going to have to stack more and more repeaters to get your timings right. So I figured out that this is a 9-to-3 ratio. So you're going 9 basically circuits high. You're powering 9 blocks of circuits going up. And so you have to build 3 blocks out in order to fit your repeaters. If you only go 2 blocks out, you're going to be shy. I think right here on this one. See, if I didn't allow for this extra space here, this repeater would have had to end up here, which would not be able to power this piston or this block. And if I brought it back here, this wouldn't work, because this the way redstone works, it won't power that repeater. So if it sounds complicated, that's because it is. It took me a while to figure it out. I actually tried to do this before, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't wrap my brain around it until I went to Redstone College and figured this out. This is just a straight up spiral wire, vertical wire, but it's different from this kind of spiral wire where you keep going up and up and up, and it never cuts it off. So you can go as high as you want, and then whenever the signal starts to die off, you just add an extra block and add a repeater, etc. But with this one, you have 2 blocks that are side by side. See right here, there's 2 blocks side by side. These 2 are side by side. These 2 are side by side, and by this point the signal gets weak, so you add a repeater, so you just add a little extension here, and then you keep on going. And the thing that makes this great is the fact that you can have a power source, or a power lead, voltage lead, whatever you want to call it, off of every other block on both sides. There's some slight modification to be made on some of the, I think it's every 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's a pair right there, and it anyway, if you follow the pattern, every there is a pattern if you go high enough. But anyway, because of the nature of this redstone, let me turn it on so you can see. So turn it on. You need to have that redstone there to get power coming out on this side, because if you put a repeater there, it doesn't work, because this block is getting power, but because the repeater is standing on top of it, it's not getting that power. So you gotta have that redstone there. So this is it 5 by 2? So at the widest, you're gonna be 5 blocks, and you're only gonna be 2 wide if you do it right. I think I messed up on the other side over there. It's no big deal. The other benefit of this kind of wire is if you cut power, it cuts power to everything. You don't have any standing voltages. There's no repeaters that will retain power. And that's how C&B's elevator worked. Over here, he had a different kind of spiraling wire that required sticky pistons in order to cut the power. So like I said, my challenge was to make an elevator that does not use sticky pistons, because I want to be able to recreate this in a survival mode. And jelly is pretty hard to come by in survival. So this was my solution, and it works. It works pretty fine. There's a couple of weird oddities about this. You have to stand in the middle for it to work, but I think that applies to all these types of elevators. And every once in a while, you'll fall through a block, but you could easily just jump out and you'll be okay. And this could be a push button, but I find it to work more reliably if it's a lever. Pretty cool. And these blocks on the side here, they actually serve a purpose. These blocks are receiving power through this repeater, feeding power to this block, feeding power to this repeater, feeding power to this block. And these blocks on the side is what powers these pistons to push you up. So they're very important. And it took me a while to figure out, well, okay, I could get it to go up. I can get these to come out and go up and push them back in. But how the hell did I get in? Because originally, that's what I had. It's like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose. So I thought, man, how could I do it? How could I do it? And it finally came to me. I used a door here. And the door supplied power to this piston to push me up. And I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. But because my switch was right next to it, the door kind of acted funky. And I was like, oh, man. And so I think I accidentally killed the door. And then I hit the switch. And much to my surprise, it still worked. I don't know how that happens or why that happens. See, here's that glitch again. But you could just jump out of it, I think. Oh, not this one. Not this time. So it's kind of important that you have a, I don't know, some kind of exit on the sides. But anyway, if you look at this block, it doesn't extend. This little piece should go up, but it doesn't. So I don't know what's going on there. It's kind of buggy, but it works. And I haven't tested it going up some more, but I will. What else? The width or the length of this monstrosity also gets bigger the higher you go. This is going up 10 blocks. It's 19 blocks long, 5 blocks wide. Just including, just counting the essentials. That doesn't take into account the switch or the doorway or anything like that. Just the bare necessities. It's getting dark. I'm talking too much. So, what that means is that, did I already explain this? That it's a 9-to-3 ratio right here, which means it's a 3-to-1. So, if you're going 10 blocks high, you only need to power 9 blocks of redstone going up. It's up here. This is your 10th block, but we only need the 9th because that 9th pushes us up to the 10th block. It's complicated even now thinking about it again. Oh man, you probably don't care. You probably already moved on to the next video, but I feel like I have to explain this. I worked on it so hard. But so if you're going, say, 36 blocks high, divide that by 3, and as you can see, it's going to get pretty long. That's like, what, 13 blocks long or 12 blocks long out here. This length, the girth, is going to be 12 blocks long just to go up 36 blocks. And it's going to be on both sides too, because these are timed as well. Although I think the yeah, see, this one doesn't need the full amount of blocks. You still have room, so you can cut space there. But yeah, it's complicated, and it took me a while to figure it out, but I finally did. Stickless piston elevator. Good stuff. That's it. That's all I wanted to get out. Hopefully this weekend I'll be done and through with this cold. Man, this cold, this sucks. But if you have any questions about that elevator, if you'd like the world save or a tutorial of sorts, I will be happy to oblige. If anyone watches this video and wants to know, be totally cool to check it out. Also check out CMB's Minecraft videos. I'll put a link in the description to his stuff, because that's where I got the fundamentals of this elevator. So he certainly deserves credit. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.